If you're sitting down to record a batch of video content, which if you don't know what batching your video content is, I do have another video on this showing you exactly how you can utilize batching as a model to record a full month, quarter, or even 6 months worth of content in one sitting, at least a long period of time, right? And be able to do that in one sitting as opposed to having to record weekly. But one of the challenges that you might run into is, how do I keep my videos looking fresh and not all the same? Because I don't want to be wearing the same hat, the same hoodie, the same setting and everything that we have. Like, I want to make sure that they look fresh. So I'm going to talk to you today about how to actually make sure your videos stay fresh and why maybe it's important to make sure that you do keep them looking fresh. So when we're working with clients, one of the biggest complaints that I got early on when I was working with clients, this is years ago, so we've gotten this corrected, obviously. But when I was working with clients early on, they would shoot a batch of video content and they'd be wearing the same jacket, same hat, like they'd have the same hairstyle or whatever, sitting in the same environment, and then send us, 20 videos of them in that environment, same clothing and everything. And then we would edit that video, post it for them, and then you would look at their Instagram grid or their videos on their YouTube channel, and they would all look the same. Even though the topics were different, they would all look the same and uniform and everything. And a lot of times, that just doesn't keep things interesting. So how can we keep things fresh? And obviously we got the corrected. I'm going to tell you what we did to get it corrected. But this is going to be important for you because maybe you want things to not look super uniform and have all the same things. Now, one of the biggest reasons why you want to keep your stuff looking fresh is because you don't want it to get monotonous to your audience. So if you have a certain audience that are following you or are watching all your videos, and maybe they're subscribed to you on YouTube, maybe they're following you on Instagram, the reason why you don't want to have the same looks and environments at all times is because it could get bored and monotonous to them. And they may think, oh, this is deja vu. This is like Josh is wearing the same red hat. That would I seen this video before, so they scroll right past it. But they may not know that this was this was not the same video. It was a different topic. I was just wearing the same hat. So they might get confused, and you don't want to run into those issues, which it seems kind of minuscule and maybe that's not highly important. But I promise you it does happen. In the time period that I've worked on social media for the last 10 to 12 years, I have seen that there's actual proof that this does happen. The deja vu effect does happen when audiences are scrolling through and watching your videos. So we want to make sure we keep it fresh. There are a handful of very, very small tweaks that you can do if you are batching your videos, or if you're even just recording, maybe you do record a couple at a time every single week, and you still want to have a different look. There's a few things that you could do. Now, if you go through my YouTube channel, you'll find that there are basically two environments that I put myself in when I'm recording videos. It's either right here in my office, in my home office upstairs, or it's down in my kitchen, and it's kind of either facing toward my kitchen or it's facing away to my living room, and I'll normally have the TV on with some NBA highlights going on or something like that. But I always record my videos in one of those two locations. So I'm able to keep it fresh by doing a couple things. Number one is the environment that you're within. You could keep the same thing. Like some of the big influencers out there, they have the exact same studio and that sort of thing. But there are some slight things that I might change up. So every once in a while, I'll change this light on my Death Star, little thing here to red or to green or to yellow. I can change the color of it, and it can make the look of the video actually seemingly different. Of course, you can now, if I really wanted to, I could move my camera this way on the other side of my desk and get an entire different angle, but I'm still sitting in the same location. So that would be my first tip, is to, if you do sit in the same location, if it's very important to you to change the look of what you're filming, just angle it different. And to me, also, if I'm in my kitchen and I'm shooting this way towards my living room, what I might do is I might just literally scoot my camera over a foot, and that can change the whole dynamic of the video look as itself. Another thing is, instead of sitting down, I could just raise my camera up and I could stand up and speak. There's differences that I can do to make the looks feel a little bit different by just moving the camera over, forward, backwards, up, down, either way. Turn it around. There's so many different environment looks that you can get. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to do this for every video. Maybe let's say, for example, you're shooting 10 videos today. You're sitting down to shoot your month's worth of content. You're doing 10 videos. Maybe every 2 to 3 videos, change the environment, change the angle of the camera, and that'll keep things fresh. Again, you don't have to do it for every video. It's just to chop up the monotony just a little bit. Another obvious thing that you could do is your looks. So if you are, somebody like me that wears hats all the time, very rarely I have a great haircut. I really like my haircut, but I only do my hair like once a week for church on Sundays. I really don't like doing my hair throughout the week. Typically, I just kind of either like wear a hat or I just let it flow out like this. And my hair's not very long, so it's fine. But I have lots of different hats that I can actually utilize. You can take, what I'll normally do is, like, for example, over here next to me, I'm shooting a batch of videos. I have a pile of about 4 shirts and then 4 different hats. So in between videos, all I'm going to do is, take this hoodie off. I'm going to change into another hoodie. Or I'm just going to take the hoodie off, and what shirt I'm wearing underneath, I'm going to wear with this hat or whatever. I could wear my hat forward, backward. I can change my hat to a different color, whatever it is. You can literally just have like a batch of clothes that you're going to change into throughout the videos. And again, you don't have to change every single time. Maybe like 2 videos in a row. Like, for example, I actually did. The video that I filmed right before this, I wore the same hoodie, but I wore a different hat. Now I'm wearing a different hat, and it almost makes the video seem like it's a whole different video, just because that big color is different and it makes it feel fresh. When I'm doing videos, so in my early days, and I still do this every once in a while today, is I actually go out to travel to clients and shoot videos with them on site. So while I'm there with them, we try to load up a full like 8 or 9 hours worth of video content that could last them for 6 months. And what I'll do is I actually have them, one of the main things is I have them set aside and bring a bunch of clothing and maybe like other articles. So maybe it's a hoodie, a vest, or whatever it is, so that they could change into something in between some video outtakes. And then that'll make the videos look slightly different. So you could do that, and that's very easy to do. It's not going to take a lot of effort. The last thing that you could do, and the last tip I'll give you here, which is very simple as well, maybe out of your hands, but the video editing. So let's say, for example, I want my team to edit. Sometimes I have them do this where I'll take an exact video that I have, like maybe it's this exact video, and I have them edit it one way, and then I have them edit it another way because I want to A/B test the videos and see what type of editing does better. That editing process can actually make things look a little bit different as well. So let's say, for example, and this does include like your thumbnails. So let's say, for example, that you post, your videos on Instagram and you have your grid. You can use thumbnails or covers, I believe is what they call them, and have them edited for the grid. And then, you get them posted on there. You can make the looks look a little different in the way that they appear, the graphics that you're using, the images that you're using. You don't have to take an exact screen grab of what you're wearing right now. People ultimately don't care, as long as it's not like too far off. Like if I put like my wife's face on the cover image and then I'm the only one on the video and she never makes an appearance, then that throws people off, right? You want to make sure that it's still authentically you, but those are some things that you could do. But in the editing process, you can change the caption styles. You can change the colors of the captions. You can change some of the B-roll, the imagery that's used in the video. All of that can make the video seem fresh. Additionally, let's say, for example, if you're chopping video content for social media, you can maybe rearrange some of the content itself inside the video to make it a whole new video. You have to be a little careful of that just because you got to make sure you're retaining context, but that alone can actually help with keeping your videos fresh. So those are the 3 tips that I would give you: is the environment, your actual look, and then the editing. If you can maintain those 3 things, which are very, very simple things, if you batch your content, let's say you do a full month's worth of video content, those 3 things can help make sure all your videos stay fresh and that they don't all look the same, get monotonous to your audiences, and then you start losing traction, which you don't want to do. Again, very simple things, and not like, I would say, the end of the world if you don't do any of these things, but it does help in terms of audience retention and engagement as well. So hopefully this helped you. Let me know if you have any questions. You can leave those down in the comments below. I do check those and I do reply to them. You can also find me on social media and send me a DM. Let me know you watched this video and maybe you have some further questions. Just look for Josh Culler on Instagram or Facebook and you'll find me there. Other than that, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate you coming by. We'll see you on the next video.